The first image of the new Ram Lalla idol became public yesterday. The statue carved in black stone, a 51-inch idol that was sourced from Karnataka, a picture that was supposed to have been released by the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Things got complicated when Acharya Satyendra Das, the chief priest of Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra, demanded for an investigation as to how Ram Lalla's idol photographs were leaked. Speaking to the media, Das stated that the eyes of Lord Ram's idol cannot be revealed before Pran Pratishtha is completed. On Friday evening, the photos became popular on social media and several VIPs even shared. However, officers of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and Temple Trust rejected releasing any kind of photographs. One of the images depicted an idol made in black stone from Karnataka with its eyes veiled. In another, the face was exposed. However, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad authorities alleged that the photos must have been shot secretly a few days before the statue was installed and now are being distributed. According to the priest, the first picture of the complete idol is expected to be available only on 22nd of January and not before that. World number 139 Indian and 26-year-old Sumit Nagal made it to the main draw through the qualifiers, beat 31st seed Alexander Bublik in a grueling match that lasted for 2 hours and 39 minutes. Alexander Bublik of Kazakhstan is world number 27. This is the first time in 35 years that an Indian beat a seeded player in Grand Slam. The last time it happened was in 1989 when Ramesh Krishnan won over Mats Wilander, the then world number 1 and defending champion at Australian Open. Nagal, who became the 6th Indian player to win a junior Grand Slam title in 2015, is currently the highest ranked Indian singles tennis player. And not just this feat, in 2021, Nagal made his Olympic debut and became the first Indian in 25 years to reach the second round of an Olympic singles tennis event. However, in the second round, Nagal was down by Junchen Shang on January 18 in Melbourne. The second round proved to be more challenging for the 26-year-old. Despite winning the first set, Nagal could not maintain his momentum against 18-year-old Chinese wildcard, who turned the match around with aggressive play and a significant improvement in the service games. The match lasted for 2 hours and 50 minutes, with Shang securing his first ever third round appearance in Grand Slam, after which Nagal posted a heartfelt message on Instagram after the exit, where the Indian tennis star reflected on his run in Melbourne. Nagal said that although he was disappointed not to get over the line but was happy with his performance in the tournament. The Indian star also thanked the fans and the coaches in the note. As many as 24.82 crore people moved out of multi-dimensional poverty in 9 years to 2022-23, with Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh registering the largest decline, Niti Aayog said in a report on January 15. The national multi-dimensional poverty measures simultaneous deprivations across 3 equally weighted dimensions of health, education and standard of living that are represented by 12 sustainable development goal-aligned indicators according to the Niti Aayog. These include nutrition, child and adolescent mortality, maternal health, years of schooling, school attendance, cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, housing, assets, and bank accounts. The National Multidimensional Poverty Index, or MPI, by Niti Aayog uses Alkire-Foster methodology to assess the decline in poverty rates. At the state level, Uttar Pradesh topped the list with 5.94 crore people escaping poverty, followed by Bihar at 3.77 crore and Madhya Pradesh at 2.30 crore. Niti Aayog CEO BVR Subramaniam said that the government has a goal to bring down multidimensional poverty to below 1% and all efforts are being made in that direction. Maldives on Sunday set a deadline of March 15 for India to withdraw all its troops from the archipelago. The deadline was set shortly after Maldives President Mohammad Mizu returned from a state visit to China. Officials both in Malé and New Delhi say that there are 77 Indian soldiers who are posted in the archipelago country. There are also 12 medical personnel, from the Indian Armed Forces. India had given Mali 2 helicopters and a Dornier aircraft, which are mostly used for marine surveillance, search and rescue operations, and medical evacuations. The Indian troops used to manage these operations. India has traditionally enjoyed strong ties with Maldives, which depends on New Delhi for essentials. However, the dependence on India and assertion that New Delhi interferes in the Maldives' domestic policies have raised concern within the country. When Mizu was elected president in November, he came out with an India Out campaign, in contrast to the pro-India policies of most of his predecessors. He has called New Delhi's influence as a threat to the country's sovereignty and pledged to remove Indian troops from the Maldivian soil. Even the new government in Maldives has signed a $37 million deal with Turkey to buy military drones that will patrol its high seas, a task which was so far done by India in partnership with the Maldivian Defense Forces. Interestingly, the Indian officers stationed in Maldives are those who operate and maintain 2 Dhruv advanced light helicopters and a Dornier aircraft, which were gifted to the Maldives National Defense Force by India, besides training the Maldivian military. The helicopters were used for transport of patients from various islands of the archipelago nation to hospitals in Mali, which has saved over 500 lives till now. And although India did not reply to anything clearly as such to all these growing tension and indifference between the two neighboring countries, but we hope that everything gets out sorted as soon as possible. In a recent escalation of tension between neighboring countries, Pakistan and Iran have engaged in a series of military strikes against each other's territories. These actions have led to civilian casualties and a diplomatic standoff, raising concerns about regional stability. Iran had conducted military strikes targeting the Jaish al-Adl militant group in Balochistan. The strikes, which took place in Pakistan's southwestern Balochistan province, reportedly killed 2 children and were described by Islamabad as a blatant violation of its airspace, which escalated tension between the two countries, after which Pakistan conducts a retaliatory strike on Iran. Pakistan carried out a series of highly coordinated military strikes in Sistan-o-Balochistan province of Iran. The Pakistani Foreign Ministry said that the strikes targeted terrorist hideouts and resulted in the death of a number of terrorists. Pakistan's announcement revealed that the operation, named Marg Bar Samachar, resulted in the elimination of numerous terrorists through an intelligence-led mission, after which Iranian state media reported that the strikes led to the death of 3 women and 4 children, which were all non-Iranian nationals, and injured several others. Following the incident, Pakistan recalled its ambassador to Tehran, and Iran was asked not to return its ambassador who was visiting Tehran. Pakistan's foreign ministry condemned the Iranian strikes as an unprovoked and blatant breach of Pakistan's sovereignty. Meanwhile, in a measured response to Iran's lethal missile attack on terrorist strongholds in Pakistan, India expressed understanding on Wednesday for action nations undertake in their own defense. External Affairs Minister spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal emphasized that the issue is a bilateral one between Iran and Pakistan, while maintaining India's steadfast stance for zero tolerance towards terrorism.